In Santa Clara County, there are almost 10,000 homeless people. Around 7,400 of them live on the street and not in a shelter. 764 are youth, and 1,200 are members of unhoused families, a 37% increase from last year. In California, there are almost 172,000 homeless people, a shocking 23% of the nation's total homeless population, despite California being only 10% of the nation's people. These numbers are significant, but even more so when you realize that each one is an individual, someone who deserves respect and decency, someone who longs for community and connection. These figures are not just data. They are people. It is only recently that I began to understand the depth of this issue. When I was younger, my family would often take trips to San Francisco. Visiting Union Square and Huntington Park, our time was spent being together and having fun. But every so often, we would pass by people on the sidewalk who wore tattered clothes and had dirty faces. When my dad explained that they were homeless, my 6-year-old brain didn't really get it. How could a person not have a home? Why would someone choose to live on the streets instead of in a house? Fast forward a decade, and at 16 years old, I went on a school trip to San Francisco to volunteer at a soup kitchen called St. Anthony's. There, I helped to prepare food for the hundreds of homeless people who visited the soup kitchen daily. My responsibilities included cutting up fruits and vegetables, serving food, and clearing tables and trays. But the real learning occurred when I had the chance to sit and eat with some of the people who came to the shelter for a meal. One afternoon, I met a man in his 30s who, at first glance, did not appear to be homeless at all. His clothes were mostly clean, and there was no apparent signs of his struggle. His voice was welcoming, yet gruff, a reflection of his difficult life. There was no substance abuse or mental illness that put him on the streets. He simply lost his job and then his home. I learned that the main reasons for homelessness were also the unfortunate yet common situations such as job loss, domestic abuse, divorce, and expensive housing. I asked this man if he had any family to intervene, and he said he did, but he felt too embarrassed to ask for any help. He also said that he didn't have a way to contact them. It was this conversation that opened my eyes to the real complexities of homelessness. Not only are the homeless forced to live on the streets, but they eventually become completely disconnected from their previous lives. If families could reach their loved ones on the streets or in shelters, or homeless people had a way to locate their loved ones, then perhaps connection could be reestablished. It's this simple yet profound idea that inspired me to create my app called Loved Ones Are Found. The mission of the app is to locate homeless people and unite them with their loved ones. By reducing the unhoused population, we can clean up encampments, reduce costly visits to emergency rooms, and support families and friends who have lost contact. We can also aid the lost people to reconnect with their families and transition to a healthy lifestyle. Last year, San Jose spent $116 million on homelessness, so there are serious financial consequences for communities and incentives to reduce the number of people living on the streets. I believe this app can provide solutions to each of these problems. When a user opens Loved Ones Are Found, they are greeted on the homepage with 3 choices. The first option is, are you looking for someone? Clicking this means you are looking for a loved one who is homeless. You are hoping that someone sees your posts and can shed some light on where that person may be. The second option is, are you lost? This is for a homeless person who wants their family to find them. They are making their own post and hoping to be found. The final option is, I have found someone. This is an opportunity for anyone to be a part of reconnecting families. Essentially, it is part of the app's crowdsourcing. If a user finds a homeless person on the street, they can ask if they would like to be posted on the app and then create a post for their family to find. When a loved one finds the person they are looking for, there is a 2-way authentication safety feature set within the app. First, the loved one asks a question only their person would know, and their person does the same to the loved one. Names are used to ensure that abusive individuals are not allowed unapproved access to the homeless person. Once both questions are answered correctly, they can begin talking through the app. Messages are accessed by clicking on the Messages box at the top right. There are several search options available within the app. If you want to search by name, you can do so with the magnifying glass also at the top right. If you click on the person icon at the bottom right, you will see a list of all the people posted on the app, whether they posted themselves or someone else is looking for them, along with their name and a photo. You can filter this list by location or identifying characteristics such as hair color or even unique identifiers such as scars or tattoos. Another search option takes a geographical approach by using a map that pinpoints the location of homeless users. You will see a map icon at the bottom right, and when you click it, a map of your area will appear along with all the sightings of homeless people from the posts transferred into map form. This is an opportunity for the public and specific social organizations to participate in getting the word out about the app and getting more people connected in hopes of being found. Homeless people can see who is looking for them in two ways. They can search for their own names within the app. They also receive a notification whenever someone creates a post about them through name recognition if the user has created a profile. Future implementations include making online counselors and mediators available within the app in order to help bridge the connection or resolve conflicts and disputes between loved ones. Professional support will be critical in reestablishing healthy communication. By creating this app, I hope to aid families in finding their loved ones and reduce the unhoused population within our communities. To spread the word about the app to homeless encampments, I will ask soup kitchens and shelters to share information about the app. I plan to collaborate with the city of San Jose to get them on board at a governmental level. Future plans to expand the app include not only finding homeless people, but runaways and lost people of all kinds. Our community needs to be connected. People need to be connected. When we ignore the realities of homelessness, we ignore humanity. This is an opportunity to use technology to improve and solve social problems. It is my belief that all loved ones can be found. Thank you.